In this video today, we're going to be learning how to make this bag, and this bag is very simple to make. So let's get right into the video. So to get this started, we're going to be working with 12 inches for the width, and for the length, we're working with 8 inches. Okay, and I have two of these, and I have a paper stay. Okay, I have two of the paper stays as well, and then I have a waddy. I have a brown paper. Okay, pattern paper. This is what we're going to be using. I have a pattern paper. I have two of these paper stays, and I have a waddy, two of them, and I have all this in the same shape. Okay, don't forget I'm working with 12 inches for the width and 8 inches for the depth or for the length. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and gum my paper stay on top of each of the fabric, okay, each of the sides of the fabric. And don't forget that I'll be gumming it at the wrong side, that's at the back of this fabric. And then I'll also go ahead and cut out, gum my waddy on the fabric as well. So I just did that now. Then I have this also. This is for the side of the bag. Okay, uh you're going to see at what points that we're going to use this part. So for the length of this, I just have 26 inches and then 3.5 inches for the length, and then for the strap as well I have 3.5, and the length I'm working with is 9.5, that's 9.5 inches, and for the width is 3.5 for both of them. Okay, so I just went ahead and then I folded this strap into two. I used a hemming gum in between, and then I uh, gummed it. You go ahead and then sew stitch on it or run your stitches on it. Now for my pattern paper, okay, I want to cut out the shape of the bag. This is very simple to do. All you have to do is just to pay attention. Now, at this point that I have two folds, okay, that there is no opening, I'll be marking 6 inches, and then I'll mark, or I can just go ahead and mark 6.5, okay, so that I don't shorten it while I'm cutting. I'm sorry, I didn't even know that my camera wasn't recording. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and show you what I did. I marked 1 inch at that point, and I marked 6 inches at this point, or you can use 6.5. Okay, and then I curved it to join. Now at this point I came down by 1 inch, I came in by 1 inch, and then I curved it. Okay, this is so simple. I hope you got this explanation. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be using it to place on each of the sides of this fabric. Okay, I'm going to be using it to place on each of the sides of the fabric, and then I will cut it out. So I just did this now. I've cut it out for the two sides. Okay, so you can see that the shape of the bag is actually coming out now. I have two of them here. So I will go ahead now and then bring this one that I'll be using to join the side. Okay, now at this point I'll bring back this pattern paper, and then I'll be measuring the sides. I want to measure the whole length, because that's what we're going to be using to cut this out, the other part. So I have 13 inches. That means this paper is going to be 26 inches. Now at the edge of this paper, I'm going to be marking the middle point. It's 4 inches, the middle is 2 inches, so I'll mark 1.5, 1.1 on each side. Okay, just this way, 1.1 inches on both sides. And then to connect it, I will still bring back this paper and measure out where the curve stopped. Okay, I'll bring back that paper and then show you what I mean by this. Now look at, I'll start from this point. You can see that the curve stopped around 6 inches. Okay, that's what I'm going to be using, or where the curve started, I don't know. Okay, so I just mark 6 inches, and then on the both side I'm marking 6 inches, and then I'm going to be connecting with a straight line all the way up to meet those uh 1.1 inches I marked on both side, and so that I will have something a bit pointed, not too pointed actually. You'll see it when I'm done cutting it out. So this is how it actually looks. Now I'm going to be placing this on my fabric and then cut out, you know, the two of them. I folded it into two so that I can cut out the exact points that I need for this bag. Okay, this is actually very simple to do if you're actually following me. So I'll just go ahead and bring my zipper, okay, and then I use, this is just the normal dressmaking zipper. Look at the way I'm placing it. You can decide to sew on it like this, or you just place your lining and then sew at once instead of sewing twice. Okay, so for me, I just placed my zipper rightly and then ran a stitch on it. But before that, I just created something that looks like a pocket on my lining. Okay, you can see how I just did it, something rectangular. You can even differ with what you want. If you don't want something like this, you can do something different, but I decided to work with this. Now I'll go ahead and cut my zipper to the length that is appropriate for my bag, the one that will match the bag perfectly, and then I will add uh an ending or a stitching to it. I'll just fold a small fabric and then stitch on the zipper. It's very simple to do, just so that it will have a nice finishing, and so that it doesn't lose, the zipper doesn't just run out, something like this. Okay, I'll do that for the both side, for the beginning of the zip and for the ending. Okay, then I will place this on my fabric and then place my lining. Don't forget to place the right side. You can see that my pocket is facing the main fabric. Okay, so try to make yours to face the main fabric as well. Then you saw the way I placed my zipper. Okay, and then I will run my stitch just that way. So this is how it looks. I just did that now. Okay, and you can see that I just run my stitch with ease. You can notch the edges so that it doesn't stress you that much. Okay, so I'll go ahead and do the same thing for the other side. I will attach my fabric, I'll place my zipper very well, and then I'll place my lining under it so that you know one of the in fact, the way to place it is that once you place your fabric and place your zip, the lining should be on top. That means the zip should be in between the lining and the fabric. I hope this is clear. So just go ahead and then run your stitch on it. It's very simple to do. Okay, so I just did that now, and look at how it looks. It's very simple, and I haven't even ironed it. Okay, so you can see how easy it is. You can go ahead and double stitch on your lining. Okay, and do the same thing for the other side, double stitch on your lining. So look at it, I'm about adding or attaching the strap. Now that strap that you just folded, you are going to be placing it on top of the bag, just this way. On this end you run your stitch, and then on this other end you still run the stitch. Okay, is that very simple. Don't forget that the length of this strap is 9.5. Okay, and now for the side. Okay, I will attach the long 26 inches piece, that part that has something sharper, not too sharp. I'll be attaching it around my lining. Okay, I'll attach it around the lining, and then I'll attach the other side. I'll place the other side and then stitch it round. I'll just leave one side, it's not just one side, just a small side very open, just very small corner open. I will show you as we go on. You can see how I attach the side to the lining, and that's the same way I'm going to be attaching the main fabric. Okay, I'll be attaching it to the main fabric. So I will sew this on top of this side, and then I will sew it this way so that can sew round my fabric very perfectly. And then I will still do the same thing for the other side. Now I just stitched it round. I've not attached the other side. You can see how it looks. Okay. Don't forget that I did the same thing for the lining. The only difference in the lining is that I allowed a small side of about 2 inches, 2 inches to be open, so I can turn it over. Okay. So now for this other side, I will still just place it and then sew round to on it. Very simple. Now look at the side. The edges are perfect. The zipper, I will also leave it a bit open so that I can turn it out as well. You saw how I left the zipper open. When you're following this step by step, there's no way that you get it wrong. Okay. And if you're still watching this video and you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please kindly go ahead and subscribe and turn on your notification bell so every time I upload a video, you'll be notified. Thank you. So this is it. I have stitched up the other side, the two sides, and the lining as well. So you can see it. The two sides look exactly the same thing. Now from that side that I left open, at that point I will just go ahead and turn it out. You can see it. I told you I left about 2 inches open. So at this point I'm just going to turn out my bag through. Okay. Don't forget that the handle or the strap, everything is inside. Okay, so I'm just turning them out so that the beauty of the bag comes up. And you can see why I told you to leave the zipper open. Okay, at least leave it a bit open so you can turn out the whole fabric, or just leave it completely open. Okay, and you turn out your fabric perfectly, gently. Everything comes out very well. It's that simple. And this is it. Very simple to do. Okay? Your bag is ready, completely ready and fine. Okay? So, thank you for watching up to this point. I really appreciate that you're here. Please stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned to Like Sweet Designs. Bye.